Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to our final episode of Goodwood F1 Racing with Creator Team here on F1 Manager 24. It is the final race of the season. We are heading to Marina for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So we have a little bit of stuff that we need to do before we can advance to the race itself. We've got to start off by doing our pit crew training. I am just going to clear everything out and see what our fatigue level is like. Yeah, there we go. So we're not going to do any training. And because this is our last race, I'm not going to program anything in afterwards as well. We're going to go in as rested as we can to Abu Dhabi, and then there's no point doing anything for the rest of the month. Let's take a look at this here. What am I looking for? There we go. Numbers. I want to have a look at how our drivers are stacking up going into the final race. Yeah, Porsche is going to be quick, but he's not going to have the car underneath him. We do have a shortage of parts, as you can see. Do not have any more side pods available. So we're going to have to roll back the side pod there. Have got a spare chassis, so they're both on the same chassis, both on the same front wing. I'm amazed we got through the whole season without doing a new front wing at any point in the year. But it is what it is. How you doing, Patkins? How you doing, Trucker? How you doing, Dino? Did I see your comment last night? Yes, I did. I did manage. I had another try, and I managed to convince Paul Aaron to sign. But it was going to cost me over $8 million a season, and I was not prepared to pay that for a rookie who is worse than every other driver that we have. So, yeah, we are still sticking to the restart. However, I do need to go into a little bit more information in practice as to when that restart is going to happen, because it won't be Monday. All right, let's advance time. Pedro has agreed to re-sign. Not that that matters now, but there we go. Pedro is staying on. How you doing, Brooke? Our research projects are done. Again, we are not going to do anything else. Well, don't have the money to do anything else right now. Contract talks with Stroll have ended. We are financially in debt. Go to the board. They're still on high confidence with us there. And that debt will be cleared after this Grand Prix, unless we fail to finish either of our cars in the top 18. And now we are ready to set some targets. So, surprise, surprise, the weather is going to be perfect. It always is at this circuit here. Let's get our target set. We're going to go 18th or higher with both cars. And off we go.
The season draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The Marina circuit was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And as the final round begins, what a season it's been.
The weekend begins here.
They actually got it right. It is the final round of the season. Even the stop clock is right twice a day. Right, let's go with something like that. Need to swap out the ERS. That is going to be a real problem in the Grand Prix. I have to run that gearbox. We will go to that engine. And over here. Let's go with something a little bit different. Let's see if we can at least sign off with some kind of result.
Copy.
Why didn't I use neutral on ERS? Because the ERS is still being used.
Copy.
That way it's still
Copy.
discharging energy and then drawing energy back in. By putting it in harvest, it's barely ever discharging anything, and so it has to harvest very little, and the wear rate is reduced, so it keeps them healthier for longer, which is completely the exact opposite of how it should be in real life. Running a full battery like that for too long does more damage than having it half full, but that's the way it's interpreted in the game, so who are we to argue? So, I did say we have more stuff to go through in practice. I will now go through that with you. There is a post on the F1 Manager website under investigation, 23rd of August. Hey folks, thanks for your continued support. The team have been investigating reported issues and are pleased to confirm that the next update for F1 Manager 24 will be coming to all platforms next week. And it's because of this that we're actually going to delay our relaunching a few days. So we won't be restarting with Brabham on Monday. We will wait till the patch goes live. It'll hopefully be Tuesday or Wednesday, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, ideally, it will be Monday, in which case we can jump straight in. But update 1.6 patch notes. We want to give you an early look at the patch notes for the 1.6 update. This is currently not a full exhaustive list. There may be further points added on patch release. So, with mentality, there will be a reduced impact and duration of events on mentality. Fixed overall mentality rating not always refreshing immediately after changes. Fixed mentality causes being displayed inconsistently between profile and mentality hub. Fixed issues where mentoring showed as a mentality factor when no affiliates were present. For drivers, added a new affiliate drivers to the starting database, which will require starting a new save file, although I don't really care about that. There are 4 new drivers that are going to be added in. They've also corrected the spelling of Franco Colapinto.
I struggle a lot. Fast corners.
Yeah, copy.
45%, not great. Let's see how we look with Liam. Only slightly better. Car development. This is why we are going to hold off, and I will just get these guys back into the pits before we go through the car development section. Right, that needs to come back. Question is, how far does it need to come back? Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way up. Don't think that's going to be right, but we'll see how it looks. We've got plenty of time to dial this in. There we go. Car part development, or car development. Adjusted AI teams starting expertise. This will require starting a new save file. Adjusted AI teams car starting rating. This will require a new save file. Improved balance of AI car development. Improved mechanical fault balance for powertrain parts in good condition. Fixed inaccurate ERS durability rating on car analysis screen. Fixed inconsistent display of powertrain percentages. Fixed development options being disabled when following email link. For staff, contracts and hiring. Fixed scouts or engineers remaining unavailable to use after sponsorship engagement activity has expired. I have heard about that bug. I don't think it's affected me on one of my files, but I've heard about it. Fixed issue where affiliate signed in first season could not drive in FP1 in future seasons. Fixed issue where contract could not be renegotiated from staff profile screen after acknowledging contract email. Fixed contract length being displayed as 1 year longer than it should be in emails. Fixed previous offer bonus threshold being displayed incorrectly in counteroffer. Fixed free agent contract showing empty season contract state. Fixed hire driver for future seasons scouting information being listed as expired. Improved AI poaching logic and improved AI affiliate hiring logic. So some pretty substantial changes there, and two of those will need a restart. There is also something else coming up that will also need a restart. Sponsorship and finance. Fixed newly created teams spending more money on initial setup than real teams. This will require a new save file. Fixed engagement target payouts not being received in second season. Fixed some sponsor activities providing no engagement gains during first sponsor period of second season. Improved AI financial decision making. Fixed AI teams offering extreme salaries and starting bonuses. Improved accuracy of car development finances area in cost cap. Restyled icons on sponsor plan screen. Improved balance of sponsors' preferred activities. Fixed sponsor logos disappearing from UI when saving or loading on day of negotiation. Improved balance of factors contributing to team marketability. Fixed balanced sponsor package having race day icon and colouring during negotiation. For creator team, fixed creator team decal options list missing icons in livery editor. Fixed team branding showroom lighting level darkening when re-entering. Fixed ease of sponsor decal placement on driver gloves. Fixed delay to sponsor logos appearing on negotiation screens in creator team mode. Fixed created team garage appearing with Ferrari branding at Marina. Do we have? We do. Look, you can just see underneath the DHL. You can just see the nose of our car sticking out, and above that, we've got red Ferrari branding. Well. And then there's more stuff for race weekends. Just check in with the chat first before we go through that. Will I stream this team for one more week and move on? No, we'll probably just do like a race replay or something while we're waiting, just so that we can still do something. But we can't advance this team beyond the end of the year, which is why we're going to do the restart anyway. It's just instead of doing that on Monday, we will push it back until the patch goes live. Now, if the patch goes live on Monday, we will start the new series on Monday. But it's dependent now on when this patch is going to drop. And Victor, welcome back. You have been away far too long. Good to see you back. Right, race weekend. Fixed lap time delta between slowest and fastest cars in managed races. So hopefully the gap won't be, we won't be getting lapped like 2 or 3 times every race, hopefully. Fixed powertrain penalties being applied in sprint session when new powertrain is bought and fitted before sprint qualifying, because those are supposed to be applied to the main race, not the sprint, I believe. Fixed tyre compound allocations at Melbourne and Mexico. Improved balance of incidents at Jeddah, because we did have a pretty hectic Jeddah, if you remember. Multiple safety cars and VSCs and even a red flag as well, I believe. Improved balance of starting engine temperatures. Fixed car retirement replays showing no driver or incorrect car when selected. Adjusted DRS zone placements. That's good because they needed that. There are multiple DRS zones that are wrong. Fixed empty grandstands at Jeddah. Fixed empty grandstand at Silverstone for the Nintendo Switch only. Added nighttime icons in weekend overview menu. Fixed every pit stop on post-race report screen being highlighted as positive. Fixed sprint qualifying results being empty when loading save made on sprint preparation screen. Fixed driver preparation goal progress and value in the bar not matching. Added ability to minimize driver panels during a race. Oh, yes! I've been calling out for that. And added ability to hide a UI entirely when paused within a race. So that'll be good for screenshots. So we might see some more of those making our way into the thumbnails now. But the ability to minimize the driver panels during a race, I have been calling out for that for so long because they're fucking huge. I mean, I'm happy for them to be on screen if we could resize them down a bit, minimize them a little bit. Rescale them down to about 70% of what they are right now. But, to be able to just minimize them and then bring them back when you want to see them, big fan of that. Big fan. Team comms, fixed John Howard calling everybody Pierre. I have actually seen this one. Because I just hired John Howard on my own personal Brabham save, which is about halfway through the season. And he immediately started calling Teo Pierre. Every time. Fixed incorrect reference to Oscar Piastri finishing in 19th. Improved frequency balance of driver has DRS team comms. Fixed incorrect voice lines when loading into the Australian Grand Prix. Fixed onboard engine sounds braking when saving game whilst in helicam. Fixed crackling audio that could sound when changing camera focus on the Switch only. For race replay, adjusted difficulty ratings for race replays. Fixed driver podium positions displaying as undefined. Fixed Monaco race moment race duration. Fixed race replay loading incorrect constructor. Fixed drivers inheriting race suits from career save in race replay mode. Haven't done any race replays apart from the deluxe scenario, so I haven't experienced any of those bugs. Stability, fixed issues where cars could freeze on track. I have seen that. That's annoying as fuck. I had to basically scrap a save file when that happened because my save was mid-race, and when I reloaded, when I came back, everything was frozen and it could not move, and it was just ruined. So yeah, and then it would break if I tried to restart the race. It wouldn't work. So glad that's being fixed. Fixed crash that could occur during processing. Fixed crash that could occur when advancing into second season. Fixed a crash that could occur during a red flag. Fixed a crash that could occur when selecting to watch a crash replay involving multiple cars and an affiliate driver. Fixed a crash that could occur when loading into a race on the Switch. Fixed a crash that could occur when backing out of sponsorship screen into finances screen. Fixed a soft lock that could occur when interacting with Steam overlay during race cinematics. And there is some performance stuff as well. Improved overall game processing speed, improved performance during career setup. And for the Switch, second one's for the Switch only and will require starting a new save file. And they're adding traditional Chinese translated text. So it doesn't say when that patch is going to go live, other than it will be live on all platforms next week. And so we are going to wait until that patch goes live before we start our relaunching with Brabham. So it might be a day, it might be 2 days, it might be straight in on Monday. We just have to wait and see when that patch goes live. You cheated death, Victor. How did you cheat death? What happened? I am curious.
I'm not fully ready, okay?
Did you tell the missus that the dress did make her look fat? And live to tell the tale? Because that would be a good way of cheating death.
The car balance is okay.
Okay, copy.
Not much of an improvement there for poor Cher. Still a lot of work to do there. What about Lawson? Why is our driver suit suddenly so bright? Unless this is one of those bugs that we were just talking about. It's like they're standing underneath the spotlight. 59%, so a minimal improvement with Lawson as well. Fair amount of work still to do. It's going to be a busy second session. Right. Oh, we are way off. Look. Okay, it's going to be a 13. Which means the wing's going to be high on the front. Braking stability is way off. Go with that. See how that works. We're going to go with 25 laps of fuel and medium tires. Again, not close. Let's go with that. Everything's almost in a line. Maybe we'll tweak it a little bit. Let's go with something like that. 25 laps. You're in a car accident. Oh, shit. Gone into a Lamborghini with an idiot with a crazy need for speed. Yeah. Glad to see you're okay. So I did wonder where you'd disappeared to. How long's it been now? A few months, I think, at least. Well, maybe not that long, but it's certainly been a while. It feels like a while.
Copy.
It feels like longer. I was going to say, I was just thinking about. I'm sure Victor's been here since we started this game. It feels like longer. I think that's just a byproduct of us streaming 5-6 days a week
Give me some feedback on
and
feeling.
not seeing your name popping up.
Copy that.
You're not the only one who's back. Farah has rejoined us. He'll probably be along in a moment. I'm going to go with that, I think. We need to drop down the amount of laps. %, we are definitely getting closer with Liam. How's the team doing? It's surviving, but the save is kind of broken, and so it is being retired after tonight. And a new one will pop up in its place next week. Right, if I've got to find that much, that means that the roll bar needs to change. I'm going to go with that. And Wayne has rebranded. Mr. Water is now back. Again, he will no doubt be along a little bit later. No, he changed his name. He had a channel called Mr. Water 100, and that got hacked, closed it down, started a new account, called himself Wayne, and has now changed the name on that account back to Mr. Water 100.
Quick feedback when you can.
97%, that's close. It's not quite there, but it's not far off. What about Liam? Did I get his change right? Almost 97 there as well. All right, that sets us up nicely for final practice. There we go. Have I considered doing another historic team for the stream instead of a second Brabham? I thought about it, but I really like the iconography, the imagery, the history of Brabham, over a team like, say, Leighton House. You know, don't want to do Lotus. Lotus feels a bit contrived. A lot of other people have done Lotus as well. So yeah, Brabham just feels like the right choice, I think.
Green.
Copy.
Feels like everyone and their mum has done Lotus. Yeah, it is one of those very popular choices. But the thing with Brabham as well, Brabham were around for so long that they were around for, what, 50 years? That there's a whole host of different colour schemes that we can actually use for liveries that bear a passing mark with the originals. So we could go white with the martini stripes, or we could go a sort of a deep red with the martini stripes. We can do the white and blue, and we can do different variations of that as their livery changed a bit over the years. White and blue is probably the most famous livery for Brabham. But even going into the early 90s, 91, when they had the purple and blue, the pinky purple and blue car. I've got 3 or 4 different liveries for Brabham already, saved. So, and there's more I can put in. And if you go back even further, back to the early days of Brabham, they also ran with British Racing Green, and instead of like the yellow that you see, a livery that you would completely associate with Lotus, it was like a gold instead of a yellow.
Give me updated on feeling for the car. Okay, copy.
And so that becomes another option. And everyone at first glance won't go, oh, they've just done a Lotus, but it's a Brabham in British Racing Green colours. That's going back to the very early days. of the team. Both of our drivers fully prepped and ready now. There we go, 100% prep. Lovely to see. So we will approach the final Grand Prix of the season as best we can. But we will have damaged parts on Porsche's car. There's no way around that. I'm not buying new parts. Oh, you know what? This is our last race. I'll throw it open to you guys in the chat. Should we just slap brand new parts in the car? Just say to hell with going into debt, because we're not continuing after this race. Should we just, blitz the budget and stick in new engines, new ERS, new gearboxes, and start from the very back and see how high we can go? Let me know. You've got a few minutes. Truck's very excited for that. Rook's up for that as well. Last chance to weigh in.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result.
If we turn our attention to Pierre Gasly for a minute, Karun, how's he going to be feeling as qualifying approaches?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
Well, it's almost here. Qualifying coming up soon.
Evening, Mr. Water. Dino says, yes, why not? Blades of Glory. I'm very much of that opinion. So let's do it. Let's just say to hell with it and just go full financial meltdown. And if we get really, really lucky, who knows if we could actually score a point. If there are safety cars to close the field up. I mean, we're going to be starting right from the very back. There's no getting around that. 30 place grid penalty. And a very hefty engine bill. Track position's fine. You know what I should have done? I should have put a special livery on for tonight because it was our last race. Never mind. It's too late now. Alright, we've got an Aston popping out in front. And a Red Bull as well. Getting held up. Threading the needle there. Cost us a couple of tenths. Against Porsche, but he might have been held up as well, I'm not sure. Two against 35.2. Wow, 1,000th of a second difference in that sector there. That's close. That's very close. Who's going to have the edge in the final sector? $30.692. 30.9. Yeah, so much clearer there in the final sector. 6 tenths of a second is the gap. We'll prep for another run. But you know what? I don't think it's probably any point. Let's not go out again. Well, no, I'll do one more run because I want to see what the actual pace potential of the car is. It's about what it is. '15th and 19th. Didn't get a clean run with Lawson there. Yeah, I think we're going to need a miracle to get points, even with brand new powertrains. Alright, both drivers are out. We're going to be starting at the back of the grid anyway, so we may as well save the tyres. Max takes pole from Perez. Then it's Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Norris, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso, Tsunoda with a penalty. What is that penalty for? It's not going to show me, is it? Yeah. Okay, so that might be a part penalty. It might be a collision penalty. And then look at the rest of the penalties at the back of the grid there. It's going to be a lot of cars starting with fresh bits by the look of it.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag as they prepare to duel it out under the lights here in Abu Dhabi.
Yas Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
Reprofiled in 2021 to improve overtaking, Yas Marina is a high downforce circuit where DRS is highly effective. Racing under floodlights, the track cools during the Grand Prix to help with brake and tyre wear. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
Evening, Itai. $21 place penalty. All right, let's see what we've got in terms of strategy options. That is the quickest one that's been selected, but we can improve on that. Surely we can improve on that. Maybe not. All right. Three sets of softs are available. Burning out the tyres there does not seem to be the right move. Burning out that set instead. We'll go with that, I think. And we'll do the same over here as well. You know what? We don't need to worry about taking a lot of fuel out. Got brand new engines. We can push them hard. All right. We are ready for the final Grand Prix with Goodwood Racing. Going for the 3-stop.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. I suspect that we'll all be closely following Charles Leclerc in this one.
It's a promising position for them starting in P3. They'll be looking to make the most of the slipstream.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. Anything could happen. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, we're starting 20th and 22nd. Porsche is immediately up to 19. And gets pushed back down to 20th. Lawson temporarily is up. And down again. What are we fighting against? Softs, yeah. We've got a yellow flag.
I couldn't do it.
Is that Ricardo having a
Here we've
collision
got a
with
yellow
someone?
flag.
Oh, just drove into the back of Stroll, I think.
And while all that was happening,
Had to take massive avoiding action there from a twitchy other car, and ended up just shunting Stroll a little bit in the arse. He does get away with it though, no penalty. It is considered a racing incident. So let's take a look at the rest of the field, because there are some other cars with new bits. Not Alonso or Stroll. Joe's running a new ERS tonight. New engine for Sargent. New gearbox for Gasly. New gearbox for Ocon. New gearbox for Verstappen. New everything for Lawson and a new everything for Porsche. And we are getting left behind. But we haven't used our batteries yet. It was payback for Stroll on the safety car instance. Yeah, that was... I was thinking of that earlier on when I was editing my Chinese Grand Prix with Ferrari earlier today. Yeah, we are getting left for dead, aren't we? But we are getting these tyres out of the way, and everyone's pushing their tyres pretty hard at the moment. I'm expecting our pace to really come back to us as soon as we move on to the softs. From that point on, I think we'll be quicker. Oh, another yellow flag. And there's a spin for someone. Magnussen has had a little spin. Oh, Hulkenberg's had a spin. Magnussen getting overtaken.
Sorry about that, guys.
Why are we so slow? It can't just be that we're on mediums. Can't be. I know we're not pushing the tyres as hard, but Oh, we are closing on Valtteri. Gap's come down to 2 seconds. Maybe I should have taken fuel out. Let's push. Try and close up. Evening, Clark. Really did not expect us to be this far off the pace. And another yellow flag. Another crash. It's all kicking off here.
There's a yellow flag now.
It's Logan. Yeah, gets tagged from behind and overtaken. Bottas punching his way through there.
And clearly they're not what everyone in the garage would have wanted to see.
There we go, we're back on the train, at least. Will Valtteri get a penalty? No, no penalty given. Marshall's taking the night off, it would seem. Oh, Jesus. That's a very bad line through that corner.
You're doing great, man. One point four ahead.
Copy. Copy.
So we should move up past Joe here and past Sargent as well.
Copy.
You're doing a good job.
You know, Devon? Oh, excuse me.
Copy. Copy.
Why did you delete a message there, Mr. Water? What did I miss? Let me have a look. View deleted message. Did I already sign someone? No. I tried. Couldn't. Without breaking the bank. So this is the last hurrah of this team. We're going to be restarting our career mode with Creative Team next week, but we're going to wait till the new patch goes live, because there are going to be some changes in that will require a new save.
Copy.
Yeah, you didn't delete Devon's message. Your message. You deleted Devon's message.
Copy, mate. Yeah, copy that. Copy, copy. Copy.
Bad, no. Farah's back. You're back to Mr. Water 100. Messages getting mistakenly deleted. It's almost like the old days. Next season it will be the same drivers. No, slightly different lineup. It'll be Schumacher and Pourchaire for Brabham. But as I say, we're going to wait a couple of days until the patch drops. If the patch drops Monday, we'll start Monday. But if it goes live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then we'll wait till then. So if it gets to Monday night and the patch hasn't gone live, we'll do a race replay, and I'll let you guys pick which one we do. Hell, we might even do two. Or we might just do the race moment and the race replay. Oh no, I can see messages that get deleted. I can actually pull them back and have a look at them.
Great job, mate. You're looking strong.
Couldn't quite complete the move. Let's get some more battery in the car.
Copy. Okay,
Check in with tyre wear. Wow, Magnussen and Bottas are really pushing those tyres hard. They're pushing them harder than the softs of Albon and Zhou. Gasly's going to be in next lap at this rate. Sargent will probably be boxing as well.
Copy. Okay, copy, copy. Copy. Copy, copy.
In your Mercedes career, you put in Schumacher instead of Lewis, and he was terrible. A lot of locks and spins. One thing I found in the previous versions of the game, and I don't know if this was genuinely a thing. Did we get clipped there? No, it's a problem with the Haas. Hulkenberg has
Let's see
locked
what
himself
happened there. Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
underneath the hotel.
The wheels just lock up there. Just unable to control the car by that point.
Yeah, one thing I noticed was that with the with the less talented drivers, the better the car, the more likely they were to make a mistake. It's like they hit a limit on their skill in being able to control that much pace in the car. And if it went beyond what they were capable of doing, they were more likely to make mistakes. Not sure if that's a genuine thing or it's just something that, I tended to perceive just because of the way
Copy.
our cars were performing. But, starting with Schumacher in a rubbish team, hopefully he'll be okay. He'll be within his limits. We do have a fault developed for Zhou. We're now up to 17th and 18th. Gasly did stop, as did Hulkenberg. They've both gone for another set of softs.
Now we can see what happened. Now we're watching the action closely here. The opportunity
Dives up the inside there.
and the overtake is made.
Struggling a little bit with the fronts. Copy.
Logan's in. He's gone mediums. Let me quickly replay or rewind the stream so I can see how much fuel I need for a lap.
Good job.
About 1.8 kilos. Okay.
In a long race. Head down.
Now Russell's got an issue.
Can we check upshifts?
Problem with his gearbox then. Does the age of a race engineer affect their development rate? I think it does.
Copy.
Haven't seen anything specifically linked to development rates for staff outside of drivers, but I believe it does.
Copy. Copy. Copy.
Okay, so up to 14th place. Lawson on a bit of a roll. Confidence is very high. What we like to see. Porsche back into high confidence. We're going to be stopping soon. Ricciardo is into the pits. There goes Bottas. Magnussen diving in as well. So Porsche got past him just in time. And it is a wing change for Ricciardo after that little collision he had. Whatever fault Zhou had has cleared itself. Hard tyres for Magnussen. Porsche now hunting down Albon.
Copy. Copy that.
Going to bring Porsche in next lap. Actually, no. Let's bring him in this lap. Actually, no. Lawson is the one who has the better tyre wear. We'll bring Lawson in next lap.
Copy.
We'll keep Porsche out for an extra lap.
Copy. Copy box.
Albon's boxing this lap, so we do want to get past him.
Copy that.
There we go.
Okay. Copy. Copy. Box.
Do cause a slight delay for Ocon's release there. 2.7. Not a great stop, but good enough. Albon is out on mediums. No, hards. Dizzying heights of 12th place here for Teo, although he's 29 seconds behind Stroll and needs to stop. Although only Perez in front has stopped, so we're not as far off as we could have been, but we're still half a minute down after just 16 laps. Joe's going to follow us in. That's decent. Joe goes with a set of mediums. Lawson's already long gone.
Copy. Copy. Copy, copy.
Oh, we got so much more grip through the corners. Look at this.
Okay, copy.
Beautiful. So much more grip in the corners on these soft tyres.
Copy.
Wow, Lawson's at risk. Sorry, Pourchaire's at risk of getting lapped.
Copy.
There's the Ferrari just popping into the back of the shot there. Just got to wait another couple of laps. Now you can see Piastri and Leclerc are due to stop very, very soon. Probably the end of this lap for Leclerc. Maybe one more lap or two for Piastri. Maybe.
Copy that.
Oh, that's right, yeah. I completely forgot to mention that. Jack Doohan has been confirmed as the replacement for Esteban Ocon at Alpine for next season. He has been kind of groomed for that for a while. So it's good to see him getting his opportunity. Hopefully he can live up to expectations. I do wonder what's going on with Pourchaire as to whether or not he might have been in the picture, another French driver at a French team, but
Copy.
that does mean we're going to have 2, maybe 3 rookies on the grid next season, maybe 4, because we still don't know what's going on with the second seat at Audi next year. Sauber. It could well be Bottas, probably will be Bottas, but there is still possibly an outside chance of it being Pourchaire.
Power's dropping out a lot down the straights.
Problem for Hamilton as he drives into the pits there. Engine playing up on him. But we're going to have Behrman and Doohan both on the grid. It's probably very likely that we're going to see Antonelli as well at Mercedes. So that's 2, maybe 3. And then who knows whether Pourchaire will get his opportunity next year. I kind of get the feeling he won't, unfortunately. It's a shame. He definitely deserves it.
Copy, copy. Copy.
trying to think, who are we still waiting on? So Mercedes are still waiting on the replacement for Lewis to be announced. Ferrari is sorted. Red Bull are sorted. McLaren are sorted. Aston are sorted. We're waiting on RB. Alpine are now sorted. We're still waiting on Haas to see who's going to partner up. No, Ocon's going to Haas, isn't he? So Haas is now confirmed. Waiting on Sauber, and Williams is confirmed. So we're just waiting on 3 teams now to confirm their lineups for next season. That's RB, Mercedes, and Sauber. Everyone else has now got a confirmed lineup. Eden Farrett. Joe's contract ending this season. Yeah, he's out of contract and is not expected to be re-signed. He's been replaced with Hulkenberg, but it does mean that there's still 1 seat available. Bottas has not been re-signed yet either, so it is possible that Joe could stay, but it's highly unlikely that he will. His F1 career might be done.
Copy, copy.
Albon stubborn there, not letting us get through. Have another look. And there we go. Now the move is done.
Copy.
Maybe K-Mag. No, I think K-Mag's done as well. I can't see him staying on the grid. Oh, another yellow flag. Who made the mistake this time? Albon.
Right then, we can take a look.
We just got past him.
Now, this happened as they arrived at turn 12. Struggling with
And
the
yeah,
car,
big
and
lock
they
up there.
ended up their own passenger.
Copy.
Right, there we go. Porsche goes through. Now we'll push on. Russell and Tsunoda both into the pits. Alonso still yet to stop. Gasly needs to stop again. That's probably going to happen this lap, actually.
Copy.
And there he goes. So this is Gasly's second stop. See where it feeds him out. Not a good one. He's behind both of our drivers. What tyres has he gone on to? Mediums. Now Alonso is the only driver who is yet to stop. Gasly comes out on fresh tyres immediately to get blue flagged by Charles Leclerc. We have just been blue flagged here. And it's enabled us to sneak our way past Magnussen.
Good job.
Let's take a closer look. Now we're watching the action closely here. The opportunity's there.
It's almost like an ambulance chaser.
And that's 16th place.
Tucking in there. Everyone else pulling out the way, and we're like, nope, I'm staying there.
Copy, copy.
This year in Abu Dhabi is going to be heartbreaking. Lewis leaving Mercedes, Carlos leaving Ferrari. No, I don't think it's going to be heartbreaking. Bono has confirmed he will be staying at Mercedes, will not be going to Ferrari. He's actually getting promoted to head of race engineering, which is, but he's going to continue to be a race engineer for one of the two cars next season. In the same way that GP is head of engineers, race engineers at Red Bull, but is still Max's race engineer as well. So, it has been officially confirmed, although we've kind of known it for a while, but it's now official that Bono will not be going to Ferrari. No, it's going to be head of race engineers, rookie. He knows fuck all about aerodynamics. Last year we're going to be hearing, okay, Lewis, it's hammer time. Yes, it is. It is the last time we will hear that. It'll be heartbreaking should help them become competitive in the red car. Well, you have your opinion, Power. Porsche is close right up on Lawson because of that blue flag for the RBs going, the Red Bulls going through. I think we might have hit the maximum of our pace because we just don't really seem to be catching anybody in front. Our lap time looks slow there because, I say, we got blue flagged. Bottas's time is going to look slow because he's just been blue flagged by one of them. And Perez is closing in to blue flag him as well. What will be my highest finish this season in this car? I can't remember if it's 12th or 11th. Might be 11th, I'm not sure. Might be 12th or 13th. We'll go through the results after the race and have a look. Ferrari will not design a good car for Lewis. Well, maybe. Maybe not. It's not designing a good car that's their problem. It's keeping the car good that's their problem. They can start strongly, but they tend to lose their way with upgrades throughout the season, as we've seen yet again this year. At least operationally, they seem a little bit tighter than they were in the Seb years, when Seb was challenging for, for titles against Lewis in the late 2010s.
Copy.
More blue flags.
Okay, mate, copy.
At least we'll get DRS off the Ferrari, I hope. Or certainly off the McLaren, maybe. Yeah, there we go. We have got it.
Copy.
Once again, we've dropped off the back of Valtteri.
You ready?
Copy, copy.
Not a bad place to get past there for Bottas. At least too much speed and gets DRS. He's certainly getting luckier with the blue flags than we are. If he stay close enough, he might get it again. No, too far away this time.
Copy, copy.
Got your first race point today. Ah, congrats. I'm hoping that when we do our restart, points will be easier to come by, because development will be more accurate. The field won't be quite so spaced. And there we go. That's a proper lift. And we'll have money from the start of the year rather than having to wait 6 months before our payouts finally start working properly. So we'll be able to develop better. Oh, god damn it, we've been blue flagged again for the Ferrari. And again, we've been blue flagged in a position that's caused us to drop away and not get any benefit from it.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, some of those changes will need a brand new start to come into effect. So you won't get the full benefit on your existing file if you keep that going. But look at this, we're going to get blue flagged again. At least this time we might maybe get it in a favourable position.
Copy box.
Porsche is actually holding up. Oh, we've got a Red Bull coming through.
Copy. Copy that. Copy. Copy.
Yeah, we've just been losing so much time with these blue flags. Every time we get close to Valtteri, we drop all the way off the back of him. So frustrating.
Copy.
Hope he stays out one more lap. No, he's boxed this lap. Of course he has.
Okay.
Box, 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 box.
Copy, copy, box, box.
At least we hold him briefly. 2.5 second stop, that's pretty good. And we get out in front of Albon. We possibly had a bad stop. There goes Hamilton and Russell, both of them nursing issues with their cars. Oh my God, I'm going to get gobbled up by these two as well now.
Copy. Okay, copy. Copy.
All right, in we go. .69, not great. What's going to be on the new updates? I went through everything that has been announced for the update at the beginning of the live stream at first practice. So you can always replay that section back at the end.
0.2 seconds now.
But you can also go to the F1 Manager website. It's in the under investigation post for the 23rd of August.
Copy.
held up by Lewis.
Copy. Copy.
Do I think you'll need to restart your Mercedes main team game? No, I mean most of the changes that I talked about, they are, well, maybe, but most of the changes kind of relate more to create a team, I think. But some will affect all teams, regardless of whether it's career or create a team.
Copy. Copy. I couldn't do it.
Porsche having a sneaky little look.
Yeah, copy.
Oh my god, it's just all gone wrong for Lawson there.
Okay, copy.
Go on, get him. No, god damn it. Just cannot get through. We're losing so much time here. Hamilton's doing 132s.
Copy.
We should be doing more than that. We should be doing 130s, 131s. And there we go, he's into the pits, finally. That'll unleash a bit of pace. But that's hurting our confidence.
Copy. Copy.
Oh, what a disaster for Lawson.
Copy.
Just I managed to get back one of those places. Usually when an update goes live, most of the stuff will apply instantly. But there are, in some cases, they have to change the coding to the point where, you know, for that to take effect, you have to, that individual thing to take effect, you have to do a restart. You know, start a brand new save file. And there are going to be a few items laced throughout the next update that will require you to start that new save file if you want them to apply. Look how much time we have lost to Bottas.
Yeah, copy, copy.
We've lost 14 seconds to Valtteri now.
Yeah, copy that.
Wow. We've lost about 10 seconds too, because we were about 4 seconds behind him. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. We're now 14 behind him.
Copy.
And then another 5 seconds further back with Lawson. Hasn't gone well this race. Porsche's caught up to George.
Temperatures looking stable.
Copy.
Just about. Might get the DRS here.
Yeah, copy. Copy.
I did. That has just come through. Thank you very much, truck.
Okay.
All right, it's starting to make some progress in terms of pace again. Yeah, 2 videos going live tomorrow. The Ferrari race at China is being split into 2 parts. The first video is the build-up, and then sprint quali and the sprint. And then the second video, which I still need to edit, will go live a couple hours later, and that will be main quali, and then the race. I think Miami's a sprint as well. Means I'm going to have to do the same for Miami too.
Copy.
Right, we've almost caught Hulkenberg. Do I play Farm Sim 22? No, I tried it when it came out on PS Plus. I just couldn't get into it again.
Copy.
Here we go, sneak our way past Hulkenberg.
Good job.
Right, we need to punch our way past Russell now.
Copy. Copy.
Come on, make the move. There you go. Now bolt.
Copy. Copy. Copy that.
The Astro develops a fault, and that's quite a serious looking one as well.
Can you just check the deployment? It seemed a little bit funny in that lap.
Have I done enough? No, I'm getting blue flagged. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
A bit more pace, man.
Come on, don't get blue flagged, don't get blue flagged.
Copy.
I am quicker than Russell. I just need to get enough of a gap that I can avoid getting flagged. Even Mike. There we go.
Copy. Copy.
Easy, mate, easy.
Copy. Copy.
New fastest lap set by Max Verstappen. That is him to the end. Perez may well box again. Leclerc and Norris are going to the end. Sainz and Piastri making their final stops. Russell needs to stop. Tsunoda needs to stop. Alonso needs to stop. Hamilton and Stroll are going to the end. Ricciardo may well go to the end. Bottas needs to stop. Don't know about Ocon. It could go either way. And then obviously we need to stop again. And everybody behind us, apart from Gasly and Sargent, maybe Zhou, needs to stop again. Russell's actually closing us back up again as he's pushing those tyres before he boxes. Close are we to stopping? Just up the pace.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy, copy.
Marcel doesn't pop in too often, but when he does, he usually does it for a period of a few days and then disappears for a few weeks again.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, fault for Leclerc now.
And as far as we can tell,
Right, George has stopped now. He's blue flagging everyone who is going to be around where we are when we box, which is really helpful for us, opening up a bigger gap.
Yeah, copy.
Is that all the pace you have? Is that all?
Copy. Copy, box. Okay, copy. Box, box.
See what we can do. Looks like we might get a lap, a second lap down. Max is just ploughing through the field.
oh dear, that's not a good stop.
That's Hamilton who's just been lapped. Russell is only another 5 seconds up. We got a yellow flag.
The yellows into that area.
Spin
Let's
for
take a look
Sonoda.
at the replay. Nothing wrong so far. Whoa, and around they spin. In the end, just a helpless passenger.
Ah, damn it. Bottas boxing on the same lap as us again.
Pitting.
Good stop as well. Right, there is Porsche pulling in. 2.8. It's clean, but it's not quick. Oh, that is... Oh, hello. That needs to be tightened up a bit. That's our quickest ever stop, 2.39. At least we finish the season on some kind of a high. We break the 2.4 second barrier. We have been lapped a second time. So we've got plenty of fuel that we can push now.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Now Alonso's going to put a lap on us. And once again, I'm 15 seconds behind Valtteri again. If I can stay with George and he stays with Alonso, those guys are doing pretty quick laps. Might allow me to close in on Valtteri. I'll certainly close in on Gasly. Another fault for Joe.
Copy, copy. Copy, copy. Copy. Copy.
Twisters in FS25 looks awesome.
Okay,
Really?
copy, good.
I saw that and I'm like, it seems like a really, really gimmicky thing to add in. I saw the Gamescom trailer which showed off the twisters and I'm like, not really sure about that.
Same fuel.
Copy.
At first glance, it's like, okay, that's a cool thing, but how often are you going to get hit with a twister? You're going to get hit with one every single year? How big is the map going to be? Is it going to hit, like a lot of your fields every single season? It just seems like something that's going to be, fun at first and get really old really fucking quickly.
Copy that.
Let's stop for rock on. Russell has dropped off the back of. Sorry, this is Hamilton, isn't it? Hamilton's dropped off the back of Alonso. So we need to think about trying to punch our way through. You know how I feel about farmers. No, it's not that. It's just, because I have been curious about, the new one, and I'm like, man, is it time for me to maybe look at the franchise again? And I saw that, and I thought, I mean, Twisters, are they really putting that in? I mean, that was the thing that they were showcasing rather than, new mechanics. They're just putting in Twisters. What's next? Earthquakes? Volcanoes? It's like, do we really need a City Skylines Natural Disasters pack for Farming Sim? I would much rather deformable terrain, mud runner style. I would rather we moved away from the 8-way texture mapping and went to something that was a bit more free-flowing.
Copy.
I mean, Real Farm was absolutely abysmal. It was a terrible game, but it really did have a nice texture mapping thing. So whichever way you drove, the lines that your plow or your cultivator was drawing, or your seeder, they followed your movement. So if you drove in a curve, your seed lines went in a curve. That was really, really nice. I would love to see more of that going forward, being brought into Farming Sim. But, if they want to focus on doing a twister instead, I think, that's just priorities in the wrong place.
Copy that.
But I've only seen the trailer. I've not actually read any articles about it yet, so I'm not entirely sure how it's going to be fully implemented. But
Okay.
Come on.
Copy.
Hit me now.
Copy.
oh, god damn it! Another blue flag.
Copy.
Well, so much time to Gasly now, because he's tucked in behind Ocon. I was supposed to be I was catching him at a comfortable rate, and then Hamilton fell away from Alonso. God, he fell away by 10 seconds in the end.
Copy. Copy. Okay, copy, copy. Copy that. Copy.
Ah, no, blue flags. Ah, God damn it. That's been the most frustrating thing about this season is just the constant blue flags that we've been getting. And this always seems to really, really hurt us when we're trying to hunt down someone.
Yeah, copy.
And we have the pace to catch them, but we just get blue flagged into the shadow realm. Evening Cloud. Prime example, here we go again. About to get blue flagged by Perez, who has gone from being a comfortable second all the way down into 5th place.
Copy.
Blue flag. God damn it.
Okay, copy.
More blue flags. And the gap to Gasly goes back up again. Am I showing driver transfers? We can recap them, but say we're not continuing this file, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
6 laps after this.
We've got 4 laps to go.
So let's pick up the pace.
This is Stroll and Hamilton. We've been stuck behind Hamilton for a while, lost a load of time, and now because of the blue flags, we got back behind them again.
Copy. 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 Copy.
Come on, I'm just 3 seconds behind Gasly. Let me at least get Gasly. Bottas is nearly 20 seconds ahead of us now.
You're gonna have 5 laps to go.
Copy. Copy that.
There is Gasly.
Copy. Copy.
Can't get Hamilton because he's got the DRS.
Keep it up, mate.
Alright, can Lawson get him? Should be able to.
Copy. Copy.
Four laps.
Copy.
Copy.
Copy, copy. Copy.
Can I stay ahead long enough to avoid getting blue flagged again?
Copy.
I think yes is the answer.
Copy, copy.
And there we go. We do get Gasly. Look at all the cars between us and Valtteri that have not hit him. The two Ferraris, Ocon,
Copy.
one of the McLarens, that's Piastri,
Copy, copy.
Hamilton, Stroll, Alonso. All those cars that have hit us but haven't hit him. It's no wonder he's been able to nail it. Have we just been blue flagged again? We have. God damn it. Still, Hamilton has dropped out of the points. There's a little end of season present for Farah.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
We ride the gyroscopic cam.
Copy.
There we go. We finished 15th and 16th. Not too bad, considering we started 20th and 22nd. But could and should have done better. It's just been such a disappointing year. But we didn't get fired. If we do get fired now, it's because we just decided to go fuck it and destroy the cost cap or destroy the bank balance by putting in new powertrain bits.
Fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievements.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning this year. Amazing consistency.
Max equals the record of 19 wins in a season.
Hard to believe that's another one over. The season's ended, the party's just beginning, here in Abu Dhabi. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag.
Motherfucker. Yeah. All right, then, confirmation of the final result of our Goodwood career. It is win number 19 for Max Verstappen ahead of Charles Leclerc, with Perez in third and the fastest lap. Sainz fourth, Norris fifth, Piastri sixth, Russell seventh, Alonso eighth, Stroll ninth. Tsunoda taking the final point and gaining 8 places in the process. Hamilton dropping down into 11th. Then it's Ricciardo, Bottas, Ocon, Pourchaire, Lawson, Gasly, Albon, Sargent, Magnussen, Zhou, and Hulkenberg. No retirements. Max wins with 586 points, 19 wins, 20 podiums, won all 6 of the sprints, 18 pole positions, but only 3 fastest laps. Then Carlos in second, 1 win, 18 podiums, 1 DNF, 2 pole positions, 5 fastest laps. Lando takes third in the championship and is 17 points ahead of Charles Leclerc in the end. 2 wins, 9 podiums, 1 DNF, 3 fastest laps. Leclerc himself got a win, 9 podiums, 1 DNF, 1 pole, 6 fastest laps. Piastri will take 5th ahead of Perez with a win and 8 podiums, 3 fastest laps. Perez, just 8 podiums all season. 3 pole positions, 4 fastest laps, but only 8 podiums. Very disappointing return for the best car on the grid. Hamilton in 7th gets just 1 DNF, no podiums, no fastest laps. But it's going to be pretty much that all the way down now. Snowden takes 8th place, just 2 behind Hamilton in the end. Russell gets 9th. Alonso finishes the season in 10th, ahead of Ricciardo in 11th. Stroll in 12th. And then it's Albon from Hulkenberg, Ocon from Bottas, Pourchaire from Lawson, Magnussen from Sargent, Zhou, and Gasly. Constructors standings, Red Bull already champions on 873 points. They see 19 wins from 20 and 22 podiums across the season. Ferrari, 2 wins, 21 podiums, 11 fastest laps. McLaren, 3 wins. Mercedes, nothing. RB, nothing. Aston will finish in 6th place, just missing out on triple digits. And then it's Williams, Haas, Alpine, Sauber, and Goodwood in last place. In terms of the pit stops, our fastest stop of the season still didn't make it on the scoreboard. God damn it. That's our quickest stop ever, a 2.393, and we were still 200 shy of getting on the board. Oh, that just takes the piss. So, Red Bull win the competition. We knew that was going to happen. McLaren 2nd, Ferrari 3rd, Alpine 4th, Aston 5th, RB 6th. McLaren do close the gap, but Mercedes closed the gap, but there was too much to do. They will finish in 7th, ahead of Williams in 8th. Sauber 9th, we will finish in 10th, which will get us about 600k. And Haas in 11th place. We do get our payout, which is nice, offset against the extortionate amount of money we spent on new powertrain parts. We are 16.5 mil in debt. But I don't think we broke the cost cap. Yeah. Not even close, look. So, let's advance time just to finish the year off. Evening, Alan. We're not continuing with this team. We are doing a reboot and starting a brand new create a team file next week once the patch goes live. This one's a little bit bugged, and there's a lot of new fixes coming, which will require a new save file in next week's patch. So we're going to start a new season next week with Brabham and work from the same principles of a very, very hard start, but we'll see how that goes. Might as well. We may as well spend an extra 200k that we don't have. 16 mil is crazy. Yeah, well, that's 17 million for the powertrains, 5 mil for the engine, 2.5 mil for the ERS, and a mil for the gearbox. So that was 8.5 mil per car, 17 mil in total. We get some money back from the sponsors. No mandatory activities. Team marketability increases. For the DHL competition, we finished 10th, which was worth $600,000. We had medium confidence from the board because we're in debt, so that could have been better. No points for Porsche, no points for Lawson, no points for the team. Team rating has gone up, I believe. Yep, there we go. Team rating goes up to 70. Our rating goes down to 0. Our best finish was 11th. No, that was the constructors. Best driver position was 17th in the standings. We will check the actual race results in a moment. Board confidence dropped to medium because of the extreme debt, so we only got 750k, but we kept our job. Regulation changes there. I can't progress because I can't hire anybody. So that's this file pretty much now done and dusted and completely balked. But let's go into standings. Kimi did win the championship there. Nice and positive as a result of that. Our reserve driver, we didn't put him in the car tonight, did we? We should have done. Never mind. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't really matter anymore. Let's have a look, though, at the race results for this year. So we'll go all the way back. In Sakir, we finished in 20th and 22nd. Gotta go all the way back up again. I don't like that. There we go. And then in Jeddah, the crazy race that was Jeddah, we finished 13th and 15th. We got a really high high position there because that race was just so crazy. You can see here, look, DNF, 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 DNF. 6 retirements in that race. And that's what helped us get all the way up to 13th. Melbourne brought back down to earth with a bump. 20th and 22nd. Suzuka, 20th and 21st. 20th and 21st again in China. But in the sprint, we did get 16th and 18th. Miami, we got 14th and 16th in the sprint, and then 16th and 17th in the race. Imola, we got 16th and 18th. 14th and 15th in Monaco, and had we had better, new engines in, we could maybe have got a little bit higher up the grid. Montreal, Canada, we got 17th and 20th. Barcelona, again, 17th and 18th. 13th at the Red Bull Ring. 15th and 16th in the sprint, and then 13th and 15th in the Grand Prix itself. Silverstone, not so kind to us there, 19th and 20th. Hungary, 16th and 18th. Spa, 16th and 17th. Zandvoort, 16th, and our first DNF of the season. And that was when we decided to deliberately retire the car because it was damaged and we would have just worn out the engine. Monza, we got 17th and 12th. So we got a little bit closer to the points. 12th is now our best finish in a race of the season. After Monza, we went to Baku. And that was 14th and 16th. Same again at Singapore. Then the sprints return. We got 13th and 14th in the sprints at Kota, followed by 13th and 15th in the Grand Prix. Mexico, 14th and 16th. Brazil, 11th in the sprint and 13th with Porsche, followed up with 13th and 14th in the race. Vegas, we got 14th and 17th. The final sprint of the season, last night, we got 14th and 15th in the sprint, and then 13th and 15th in the race. And then tonight, 15th and 16th. So we weren't the slowest team for most of the season, but we just could not get that first point. We came close on a couple of occasions, but it just eluded us. Had the game not been so bugged at the very, very beginning, and we'd been getting our money from our sponsors, we could have further developed the car. We could well have scored a point, but it just didn't work out that way for us. We got a little bit unlucky in some places as well. Plus, we had problems with blue flags, just constantly battering us every time we tried to make forward moves on the cars in front of us. It will be hopefully a bit better for us next week when we start anew with Brabham. And of course, the team that I built with Brabham is going to have to be scrapped because that is not a new save file. We're going to have to go through the whole rebuilding process, or starting process from scratch when the patch goes live. So yeah, a bit frustrating in that respect. So the plan for next week is, if the patch goes live on Monday, we will start Monday with the first episode of our Brabham series. But if the patch doesn't go live until later in the week, then each night we will do a race replay of your choice. And we'll do both the race replay and then the race moment. So if Monday nothing has happened, you will get to pick from rounds 14 down to 1, because Zandvoort won't get dropped in on Monday. So you'll be able to pick from those 14 Grand Prix as to which one you want us to do as the race moment and the race replay. And then same again Tuesday. If the patch has gone live, we will start the Brabham file. If it hasn't, we'll do another one of these at a different track. And then we'll keep doing that until the patch has gone live. It shouldn't go live any later than, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll see. Don't forget as well, tomorrow we will have a two-parter for our Ferrari career. The first part will go live at the usual time of 2 p.m, which will be the build-up and then sprint quali and then the sprint itself. And there's a fair amount of sprint footage in that. That video clocks in at around about 50 minutes. And then there'll be another video a couple of hours later, which will be qualifying for the main qualifying, and then the race itself. Highlights of those as well. And that will again probably clock in somewhere between 50 minutes and an hour. So that'll be our footage for Saturday, and then I've got to record Miami after I've finished editing tonight. So that'll probably be something I do tomorrow. Instead, Miami will be there for Sunday, and then we'll see what happens with Monday. So that's it for me for tonight. That's it for Goodwood Racing. It has come to an end. We will be starting with Brabham next week, but I just don't know when. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.